Hi everybody, welcome back to Shaken Not Stirred. I'm Lindsay. So today I'm going to be doing a really fast makeup tutorial. So this is for days when I only have like a very limited amount of time to get ready. My son wants to go out and get ready for his day and have fun, but I still want to try to look my best because my motto is I really want to stay looking put together while my body is falling apart. So all of these products are really forgiving. So you don't have to have Parkinson's to use these products. I'm not sponsored by any of these products, but they're really forgiving. So like with my hand tremor, and mostly I'm using my left now, but even with my right, these products are very easy to apply. You're not gonna have to worry about smudging, and I'll give you some tips in this tutorial and some more in-depth tips in future tutorials about ways that I've modified my makeup routine to really make it work for me and to continue looking how I did in the past, but just with a little more tips and tricks. All right, so let's get started. So I've already washed and cleansed my face and put on my moisturizer. So I like to use oops, I forgot to get it out. Hold on one second. There it is. So I like to use Tarte Double Duty Beauty as my primer. It's really nice. It's also very moisturizing. So I just take a little squeeze of that. Spread it all over my face. I put a little bit under my eyes because I find it really helps just kind of smooth out when I put on the under eye cream. So next, for dark circles, they have this color correcting fluid, Naked Skin by Urban Decay color correcting fluid. It comes in a darker color for darker skin tones. I use this kind of peachy color. I use the color Peach. And that's really works for me, even in the summer when I'm really dark. That works for me. So I just put a little bit underneath my eyes, just a little. And then I just use my fingers for this to just kind of tap it in. Just tap, tap, tap. Just tap it in. And it just really helps kind of waken up your eyes, get everything kind of bright and awake. Okay, so now that that's on, you can see it really already has helped to correct that color right under the eye and just make you look more awake. Especially when I'm doing a lighter makeup, I really want to make sure, because it's not as full coverage, it's a lighter coverage makeup. So I want to make sure that I have those circles kind of color corrected so I don't look as tired. So next I'm going to be going over that with the Shape Tape by Tarte. This is amazing. This is in the color medium. You can go lighter if you like to have that real kind of contrast. I don't. I like it to kind of match my skin. So when I'm lighter, I use the shade light medium. When I'm darker, I use the shade medium. And this is the shade medium. And I just put a very little amount. So right in the corner, a little bit under here, and then in this nice upward sweep. You always want to be moving upward because it really lifts your eye. And up. And then I just take my beauty blender, and I find the Thayer's Witch Hazel Facial Mist to spray on my beauty blender really helps just blend all this makeup in kind of really seamlessly. So I use my left for this because I really want to be a little more accurate and even pressured with my blending. Just tap that all in. And I like to put a little bit on my nose just to correct kind of some of the redness. Just kind of tap it on all of my red spots. Again, with sensitive skin, you know, it just kind of gets red sometimes. So this just kind of makes it look a little more true to my real skin color. Okay. So now that's all blended in. I still like to set it, even when I'm doing a really fast kind of makeup application, I do like to still set my makeup because I find with the under eye, it just makes it not crease, it makes it not shift. And it only takes another additional like second, so it doesn't really add any time to your routine. So you just have a little bit. This is the Laura Mercier. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for Under Eyes, #1, and it's amazing. So you only need a very little amount. I mean, you can use this to bake your under eye too, which is where you put a kind of heavier application, let it sit, and then brush it off. Especially for a day when I am just rushing out of the house, I don't really have time for that. It is a nice look for when you have more time. So just kind of sweep it right underneath in that upward motion. Sweep. Okay, and then I use the other side of the brush where I didn't have the product, and I just gently sweep off the excess because you don't want to have any extra powder there because it's just going to build up. We want to look like we're not wearing any makeup, right? So next I'm going to apply, so this is the fastest foundation I've ever used. So this is the Laura Geller Baked and Balanced in Glow Illuminating Foundation in Medium. And it's so quick and so easy. Sometimes when I'm really in a rush, I will just put this on with no under eye and just throw on some mascara and I leave the house and it looks amazing. So it's the simplest thing. You just take their little brush. It comes this really cute, they sell it in like a kit too. It comes in this really cute little brush. Just pops right out, and all you do is you swirl it, tap it, and then I'm gonna switch to my left here. And all you do is you just sweep it. That's it. Just blending it in, that upward motion. Just pull my sweatshirt down, get your neck. Don't forget your neck because you really want the color to match. And it just blends right in. It looks like you're not wearing any makeup at all. It's really incredible in that way. So that's that. So then I'm just going to do a really fast, quick highlight. This is Shape Tape Glow Powder. I'm using a bigger brush here just because I really want to kind of get a little bit more of the coverage. Just a little bit. See, it just wakens that face. I'm just gonna blend that. And then I'm just gonna put on my blush. It's the Rockateur by Benefit. Slip it on the apples of my cheeks. And again, this is just a really fast, really natural look. When I'm going out at night and I have a little more time, I'll do a more full face, heavier coverage tutorial for you guys for when I do go out the look that I use. But this is just really nice for every day when I really want to look put together and my best, and it just helps with my confidence. Feeling like at least my makeup is put together, my nails are done, really just helps me feel more confident in the world, especially with my tremor. I feel like if I feel like people are looking at it, at least I feel confident in the way the rest of myself looks. So that just helps me. Let's see what else. So I did my blush, I did my highlight. So next I'm gonna go to my eyes. It's so super fast. So I'm gonna use the Benefit Leggy, and I love this. I've used this forever, and I just love it. It's just my go-to. It's really natural. It has a nice shimmer. I love it so much I dropped it. So we're gonna see how this comes out, just because it's all kind of broken, but it still looks great. So just close my eye, and I still try to use my right sometimes. You can see, so this is like a fine motor activity. You can see how slow it is, and it's just not really moving my, how I want it to. So I'm gonna switch hands. So just remember to be compassionate with yourself. In moments like this, it is hard, but the positive side is that I'm getting better with my left, and with practice, my left, I hope, will be just as good as my right was. So you can see even with my left, it's also not the best fine motor wise, but they kind of, if I go back and forth between the two, it's like they fill in where the other one is lacking. So I'll go in really close. You can see it's just very subtle, very nice, very shimmery, very natural. I mean, shimmery and natural don't always go together, those two words, but this one, it really does. It really does. It still looks super natural. And when the sun hits it, it's so gorgeous. And when I go out, most of the times I still use this as my base. I just put more products kind of on top of it to make it look more, more exciting. So now that that's on, and I also like to, I carry the color up a little bit above my eyelid. That's because I want to make my eyes look really big. So my eyes are already big, but my eyes are like my favorite thing about my face. So I really want to highlight that. And the bigger the better with eyes. And the bigger the better with lots of things, but especially with eyes. Okay, so let's see. Next, I'm going to do just in my crease. This is the last kind of step of my eyes. So I would do more layering for my crease if I had more time and if I was going out. So what I'm gonna use is the Tarte Leave Your Mark. It's a palette, and I'll use the Entourage color. It's this beautiful color right here. And when I'm going out, I use this color as well, but I'm just gonna use this one. So I'll get in close. So just right on the edge, right here. Then I just carry it out a little bit. It just opens up your eye. See the difference already? Just opens it up. Okay, so now I'm gonna blend it. And this is something I usually will try to start with my right, but it's hard. These little tiny circles are very hard to do. And the left, to be perfectly honest, isn't the best at that either, but it's getting there. So sometimes if I take my hand and I rest it, I'll show you with eyeliner too, on my face, it can sort of quiet the tremor down a little bit. I have to go a little slower, but it does quiet the tremor and it allows me to blend a little bit better. So I just rest my hand. See how it kind of just quiets it right down? And I used to always want my makeup to be so perfect. And I think the positive side of Parkinson's, of having Parkinson's in this way, is that it's really let me kind of embrace not having to feel like I need to look perfect. So, that's a positive. Because however it's done, it's gonna look great, it's gonna look beautiful, and it's gonna make me feel more confident going into the world. Okay, so now that's done, I'll show you a little closer. You can see how it's just carried out just a little bit over here. It just carries it out and it just elongates your eye just a little bit to make it look even bigger, which I love. So next I'm gonna show you my trick for just doing a little gentle line. So normally, if I was just rushing around, I would skip this step and go straight to mascara. And I'll show you a trick to kind of like cheat code, kind of do a little liner with your mascara too, if you're really in a rush and you still wanna look like you have liner on. So I just take this little eyeliner brush. And another trick, so I had to give up doing liquid mascara because it would just be too wobbly and wonky. My left isn't good enough to kind of get that beautiful straight line that I love. But if you wet this brush and then dip it in your dry powdered product, and you do your line, it's more forgiving and it kind of gives that look. It's not as liquid looking, but it gives that more rich color, more bold color look. So that's something that works and it's still very forgiving. So for this line, I'm gonna use the Naked palette. Because I'm doing a more like day look, I'm gonna not be using the black. I would use the black if I was going out. I'm gonna use something called Hustle. It's in the Naked Natural palette. It's this brown color. Let's lift it up a little bit more for you guys. It's this brown color right here, Hustle. And sometimes when I go out, I mix the two, Hustle and Creep, and it's really, comes out really great. So another tip for this, since you're doing the powder, is you really want to kind of just flick it. So just, you can see some of the product coming off, because especially with your tremor, if you're trying to do it with your right, I do sometimes do it with my left too. When you shake, the product is going to kind of fall down, and then you're going to have to be really careful about how you take that makeup, extra excess makeup off, the loose makeup, because it'll smudge. So again, I'm going to rest my hand right here. And I just go from the halfway point. And this is just a more natural look, but it's just to define that lash line. And then if you go from your bottom line and you carry it up, you can make a slight little wing. Just really natural. It's almost just like a shadow. See? With that resting your hand there, just guiding that line, it comes out nice and straight. So it is possible, even with a shaky hand, to get a nice straight line. And sometimes I like to just kind of smudge it. I know that kind of like defeats the purpose of what I just told you, but for a more natural look, I don't necessarily want to have that harsh line, so I just kind of smudge it into my crease, which I like the look of. It just is more natural and still kind of uplifting. So again, remember to flick it. Okay, so you rest your arm there. And this side is harder to do. Okay, so there we go. So I line up my bottom line. Just flick it up. Just gonna rub it over. So next, mascara. I've been loving Big Ego. I'm just gonna use this one, but when I go out, I like to layer Big Ego. I put that on first, Big Ego by Tarte, and then Bad Gal Lash by Benefit. So I'll do this one first and this one on top, and it really gives this thick, lush look to your eyes, which I love. And I'm not gonna curl my lashes because, you know, we're in a rush. We're trying to get going. So a hack to kind of make it look like you have eyeliner. If you have sensitive eyes, I wouldn't recommend this because some of the product can sort of like touch like the very bottom of your eyelid. So it might be too itchy, but for me, it's fine. So you can just take it and you just kind of rub it back and forth. And then I like to twist it and then pull it out. So I kind of like to cat eye my lash because everything up and out. It's so funny, the mascara face we do. So cat eye it up and out. So I'm gonna rub it back and forth, twist it. And then just cat eye it. And depending on how much you want to do, you can keep going over this. Do a little bit more. Get it nice and close. Just pulls it up. And just see how it makes your eyes just look so open and so gorgeous. My eyes really are my favorite thing. And it's nice. It's nice to find something you really love about yourself and highlight it, whatever that may be. You know, your hair, your eyes, you know, your smile, you know, if you feel like you're really funny. There's so many things. If you're really kind, really smart, like things that you really love about yourself, it's always important to highlight that, because that energy that you have just will shine through. And that's what makes us the most beautiful of all. So next, I'm just gonna highlight, you know, my gosh, I'm having such a brain fart. You're just right above below my eyebrow, just right here. So for this, because it's more natural, I'm gonna take what I use to highlight my cheeks. It's the Moonlit Shape Tape, and it is just gorgeous. And it's just the little bit that I need for it to still be looking natural, a little bit more put together. So I'm just gonna take this little brush. See how it just really naturally highlights that? You can see the difference. And you know what? Because I really want to look nice and awake today, I'm going to show you guys a little trick. So you can take what you use to highlight, or you can take the eyeshadow you use, the lighter shade, as long as it's a lighter shade. Take your little brush, just go right here in the inner part of your eye, and down below a little bit, and right above. And it'll just really wake up that eye. So again, just right here, right in the corner, underneath, and then up above. And it just really wakes it up. And if you want to make sure, even though your light makeup application doesn't go anywhere, you can use the all-nighter. I love this. Okay, ready? So anyone has a toddler knows that you can get your makeup done and have it be totally just all over your face. So with this, like, my son likes to pretend he's a dog and will lick my face, and my makeup isn't going anywhere. So this is really great for anything. If you exercise and you have makeup on and you don't want to have to like redo your makeup right after, and it's like a light exercise, it'll still stay on. It's really amazing from day to night. So that's it. That's really it. It's so easy, so simple, and just helps us feel more confident in the world and like we're just being our best selves. So thank you guys so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. I'll have more of these videos coming up in the future. I hope everyone's having a great day.